All right. Hello, guys.
Hello, Elderstonians.
Hello, Elderstonians. Welcome to the Kings Road Developer Preview. Let me update the title of our broadcast right here. Looks like we're getting started. We're live. Cool. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I am Brett Bates. I'm the Senior Communications Manager here at Rumble. I handle all the community stuff, so if ever you've complained on Facebook or the forums, you've probably talked to me at some point. I have with me today one of our designers on Kings Road who actually worked on this enchanting feature that we're going to show off today. This is Jason. How do you say your last name?
Jason Warnkey.
Warren Key, okay. So Jason is here to give you guys all a rundown of how the enchanting feature works, give you all the details as far as how you can get these items, that sort of thing. And then we'll answer any questions that you guys have, either about enchanting or other things as well. We're happy to answer questions about other features. And so just to let you guys know right off the bat, this feature should be live today.
Yep.
Very soon after this live stream, so we're really excited about that. We're really excited to hear your feedback and see what you guys think about the game and this new feature. So why don't we go ahead and give kind of a quick overview about what enchanting is.
Sure. So enchanting is our ability to customize your gear in ways that you would like, such as putting stats you want into gear. Would you mind opening up the enchanting window real fast? So Savra here offers new mythical ways of giving your gear different power. If you've played other games, it's similar to a jewel system. Pieces of gear will have sockets on them, which you can... would you mind mousing over one of those pieces? Yeah. Which you can take jewels that have specific stats and... What's going on?
I don't know.
Battery mode. Sorry.
Sorry guys, our laptop looks like it's let's see. Hold on a sec, I think we lost power on the laptop.
Oh no. Well, looks like it's plugged in.
Should be plugged in.
Yeah. Well, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, I think it's working again.
Alright, let's just get back to that real fast.
Press the key. Alright.
Okay, sorry. So,
pretend all that didn't happen.
say for example you wanted to deal extra damage to shroud enemies, you can go off and find yourself a Shroud Slayer jewel. The jewels come in three different shapes. We have tri-stones that are triangles, spheres which are circles, and radiants which are squares. Common jewel cuts if you like that kind of thing. These things can drop in the world and can be found in lockboxes. We plan on releasing them in all sorts of different ways, in events and in free lockboxes and fun stuff like that. So
yeah, giveaways, that sort of thing.
But for right now, for this week, they're available in the world for your grinding content. So why don't you socket that in there real fast. So the first step in any enchanting is to find a jewel you want, a piece of gear that has the socket shape that you would like, and then you can toss that in there and press the socket button on the bottom, and voila! Now your wand will crash the game. Sweet.
Wow, I have never seen that message in 2 years of working at Rumble on Facebook games. I wonder what that meant. Just a little exclamation point in the middle of the thing. All right, well, I should let you guys know we are playing the game on our staging environment, which means there will be certain things that will go wrong now and then. Fingers crossed those things don't actually happen to you guys when you're playing the feature.
Never let anybody tell you that developing games is easy.
That's why thankfully we do have, I should mention, we have driving right now. We have Luke, one of our QA guys. So if there are bugs, he should be able to suss those out for us.
Well, anyway, there you go. So the wand there has the staff there
Go
has
back into full screen.
additional damage to shroud enemies, which that Slayer jewel affects all the abilities you have, even your primary attack. So it's a very powerful thing, and you can find that in the game right now. Well, when we release. So not only can you add in specific stats to your gear, you can also upgrade those jewels. So if you click on Fusion, now you can drag over your wand right there, and yep, there you go, and take this jewel that you put in there and make it better. So each of these jewels have a certain number of levels. Epic ones have 30 levels, so if you toss over a couple of those prisms for me, Luke, please. Yeah, there you go. You'll see that you can upgrade them by sacrificing other jewels. These prisms are the really nice ones that give you a lot of fusion experience.
And this is really only what they're for, right? Because you can't socket those on an item. They just give you experience.
They give you crazy experience. Yeah, press that fusion button for us. Thank you. Pretty effects. Our UI guys are really great. Those animations are fun.
And then the explosion. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. My God, how many levels did this item have?
Well, like I said, those prisms are really
Boom!
good.
Great fusion. Nice work.
So you got 14 levels on that, which increased the total effectiveness by a considerable amount. So now that one jewel can increase damage to shroud units by, what does that say, 2.65? Yeah, 2.65%. Sorry, I'm going to make this window just a little bit bigger if you don't mind, Brett. If I can figure it out. There we go. So you'd think that 2.64 is not that many, but you can put in a whole bunch of these triangles into your gear. So go out there and find socket or gear with specific socket patterns. Maybe you'll find yourself a triple triangle socket. You'd be very lucky if you did.
Did we mention how many sockets are going to be on items?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So you can get socketed items now in the world and from the forge or from lockboxes. The forge is probably the best place to get them because you can get a maximum of 3 sockets per piece of gear, except for jewelry. We're reserving those for a little while. So anyway, the last step is maybe you like that epic jewel there, but maybe you're just not quite content. You love the color orange, so you want to make that a legendary. So I'm sorry, it's not quite maxed out, but maybe you want this
this green jewel that I already made for you.
Superior. So you drop that in there, and you can see after evolving it with some materials you can find in the world off of bosses and crates, you can use those materials to make it into a superior jewel. So if Luke here will mouse over the superior jewel, yeah, there you go. So you can see that the stats actually decrease a little bit, but that's only because the jewel itself will actually have a higher maximum level, which will mean the stat increments make the item considerably better.
Yeah, so you get that new one, you fuse it up a few times, it's going to be beyond where that fine version is already. Yeah.
And then, of course, the epics are better than the superiors, and the legendaries are considerably better than all of them.
All right, go ahead and enchant that guy. There we go. Evolution complete.
Yeah.
So now we've got a superior item for that, and he can go socket that into whatever he wants. So that's really the basics of socketing. It's fairly straightforward once you kind of understand the ins and outs of it. So why don't we have Luke go ahead and just start playing a map and collect some gems so people can see that process works. Is there a particular map you think you should play?
Why don't we start where it all begins? Go to the Lost Hills. Champion mode.
So a couple other things I wanted to mention to players. I'm sure some of the questions you'll have. Number one is what is going on with our staging environment right now, because that's kind of weird. Why don't you just reset again, Luke? So number one is going to be when does Enchanting unlock for players?
So players will start seeing jewels in the world once they save Savra.
Okay.
And it's the level right before the Lost Hills.
It's
Godwood.
In the Godwoods.
Once you complete the Godwood, suddenly Savra will have discovered the ability to enchant your gear with these special jewels.
Okay. Another one of the questions I'm sure people are going to ask, will any existing items they have sockets on them?
No. There's not currently a way of adding sockets to a gear, but trust me, that is in the works.
Oh,
it's
interesting.
very important for us.
Interesting. Although we were talking earlier, when you go through the enchanting tutorial, you will be able to add one socket to one of your items, right? Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
That's right. So when you actually go through the tutorial for the first time, you will put a triangle socket onto your primary weapon. So when you do the tutorial, make sure it's the weapon you want to have a free triangle socket slot. You'll also get actually a very rare jewel during the tutorial, which is a bonus damage jewel, which is very hard to get on its own. So again, when you go through the tutorial, make sure to have that really nice piece of that really nice weaponry that you like.
All right, I think we might be having a few internet connectivity problems here. I think that's what's going on. A few players are saying we're hitching a little bit with the actual video. I'm really sorry for that. Looks like Luke is having some problems when he's loading maps as well. Hopefully we can get that taken care of. You know how it works. People's internet goes down all the time. So let's see here. If you guys have any questions for us, why don't you go ahead and let us know, and we'll try to get those answered. They don't have to be about enchanting. They can be about whatever you want. And then I think I mentioned earlier, maybe I did not mention earlier, we're actually going to give away a few XP lockboxes here during the broadcast for any of you guys who happen to be in the chat room. While we're waiting for you guys to ask a few questions, why don't we go ahead and give away one of those right now. I've got this nifty new plugin where I can just randomly determine someone by rolling the dice. Here we go. And the lucky winner is one Dr. Venny. Is that how you would say that? One Dr. Venny? One Dr. Venny. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, one Dr. Venny. After the stream is over, I'll send you a link where you can go click on that and get yourself a free XP lockbox in the game, which is pretty awesome. Hey, it's gems left and right. Nice, nice. All right, so let's see. People are asking, let's see, how about adding shadow resistance to frost armor?
That sounds like a really good idea.
Did you go into detail about what the different attributes are at launch for players?
Sorry, I didn't actually. So since we have 3 different shapes, we wanted to kind of categorize them by the stats you'll get. So triangles add damage type, squares add utility stuff like mana per hit, health per second, that kind of stuff, and circles are all about defense. So you can get the dodge jewel and the armor jewel and the health jewel. So of course the better stats are harder to find, but we want them to be more worth it. So we've put them around the world in very hidden places, so try to find them.
Cool, let's see. One of the other questions is a nice and easy one. Adamo72 asks, how do you start the tutorial?
The tutorial will automatically start for you the moment you finish the Godwood.
Yep, so if you've already completed the Godwood, that should just appear as soon as you log into the game after that update hits. Like I mentioned, that update should be live in just a few minutes after this, maybe an hour or so, depending on how our internet connection issues are.
Our engineers are hard at work right now to get that working for you guys.
Yeah, okay, here's another question here. I'm not sure if you can answer this one, Jason, but players KingsRoad Rocks, I like that username. They want to know, how about a skin bonus? If you have a vanity skin equipped, what if you had some sort of bonus on that? No, we've talked about that a little bit. Have you been in any discussions about that recently?
Well, I can't go into too much detail, but that is something we've been talking about, is adding possibly sockets to skin bonuses, or to skins themselves.
Sockets to skins? That's interesting.
It's kind of a strange concept, being sockets in your skin. Oh.
All right, well, perhaps we can look forward to that in the future. I know we've got this release going out this week, but that is definitely not the end of Enchanting. I know you're already hard at work on version 2 of the feature, which will include a couple of really cool features, which I know you're working on finalizing now. We'll have more to tell you about that shortly.
Let's editions. We also, I'm always interested in finding out what people want, making sure we can get it for you in ways that make the game better.
Cool. Here's a question here from Output of Society. Do gems, I assume you mean jewels, do jewels start dropping at low levels? I mean, as long as you've completed the Godwood, jewels are going to start dropping. Exactly. So as soon as you've completed that tutorial, you're going to start to see jewels in the world. And as you can see here, Luke is discovering a ton of jewels to play around with. He does have an item find potion right now, but that just goes to show that these things aren't really rare in the world. We want people to get jewels. We want them to experiment with different jewels. We want them to be evolving jewels all the time and infusing them and making sure they're really awesome. So, I mean, really the point of this feature is to give you guys control over the gear you're wearing. And I know a lot of people have very specific builds that they like, and this will just allow them to get even more control over exactly what they want. Like if you're a damage-heavy guy and you just want to do crazy amounts of damage, you can just focus on getting items that have the triangle sockets that do the yeah. So just focus on the items that do that have triangle sockets on them, and just fill those with all the damage that you can. You know, and now that we have damage modifiers for specific types of enemies, you can now kind of swap those gems in and out depending on what map you're deciding to play, which is a pretty cool thing.
And maybe you are a wizard who just really loves that lightning spell, so you can find the lightning damage multiplier jewel and go crazy with that spell. Also, something I want to mention, Luke passed by a chest a couple seconds ago. These chests actually have become more valuable now because they are more likely to give you highly socketed items. So, you know, it's actually pretty beneficial to go through. It's also really fun to get a cool socket pattern out of a chest and instantly be able to use it. But, you know, a lot of people probably already have the max sets. But if they're, you know, going to gear up a second class perhaps, then we can check that out. Did you get anything? Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right, couple of other questions here. One from BS Judge, also kind of from I Am Linda Love. All right, I Am Linda Love. They both want to know, when is the plus XP attribute coming back? Are there going to be any jewels that give you extra XP?
Maybe. Actually, yes, there is a jewel that I just, we haven't released yet, or we're choosing the right time to do it, but we want to make sure it's something that players can have access to.
Yeah, we know you guys really crave XP, so we want to make those special attributes really fun to achieve. So look for something like that perhaps in an event in the near future. All right, let's see. Let's take two more questions here, and then I'll do a couple more giveaways. One is about inventory space. Zizil wants to know, are we going to be adding more inventory space?
Yeah, actually we are. It's we're testing out some details of that right now, but we're in the works, and our QA guy just over there nodded happily because it's going to be pretty nice that players will. Hey Luke, did they say exactly how many? Doubling the total amount, actually. So
yeah, so I know a few of you guys have hit the maximum inventory limit. We're actually going to be doubling that limit, both for the vault and for your personal inventory. Yep. So if you want to be a jewel hoarder, you are totally free to do that, and we'll give you that opportunity. I think that'll probably go live next week, assuming there's no major bugs or issues with it.
Also, it's going to be really nice with the cool new stuff we have in the works as well. You know, giving people a place to save their favorite items is important for us.
Cool. One other question that we'll ask here, and don't worry, you guys, if you don't get your questions asked, I'll stick around and answer a few of the questions on chat. This one comes from GurumChick12, who wants to know, are we going to make more tournaments for the game? I know a lot of you guys had fun with the guild tournament that we ran a couple weeks ago, despite the fact that there were a few technical issues as far as the totals go. We want to let you guys know that we are working on that right now and making sure that we don't have those same scoring issues the next time we run one of those, because we do want to run another one of those soon. And I think in general, what we'd love to do is run more events, whether they're guild events or personal events. You know, I think that competitive aspect is just really fun. We enjoy it here internally. We know a lot of you guys enjoy it. So definitely that's something that we look to be doing more and more in the game. And actually, you know, speaking of competition, we can kind of tease this a little bit. We'll probably show it to you in another live stream next week or so. But the next feature that we have going into the game are achievements. So you're going to actually be able to track your progress doing various things in the game and get rewarded for that. And you can compare with your friends, hey, I got this achievement, you don't have that achievement. And there'll be cool rewards associated with actually nailing those achievements. So we're really looking forward to that. We're working hard on that right now. Hopefully we'll have it out next week. It might be another week or two. But we're real excited for that. So all right, guys, I'm going to give away, let's give away 2 more XP lockboxes. Jason, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about Enchanting to close out our live stream here?
No, I just encourage everyone to go and look for rare jewels out in the world. There's certain bosses who drop certain cool things that I don't want to reveal to you guys quite yet. You guys want to figure it out on your own, but it's a fun feature, and I've been having fun socketing up my gear and trying to find ways of making my character powerful that they couldn't do before. So I hope you guys have fun with it. I've enjoyed making it, and yeah, that's what.
Cool. All right, I just gave away a few more XP lockboxes. Congratulations to IGLI4KO. Man, you guys do not have easily readable names. Alex the King 505. Hey, that's an easy one to read. Congrats also to I am Linda Love, who asked a great question earlier in the broadcast, and also to Addie Savu. Addie Savu. Man, you guys do not have easy names. You're making it really difficult for me here. But anyway, yes, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for checking out our live stream here. Like I said, I'll stick around in the chat a little bit afterwards and answer some other questions that you guys have. We really enjoy doing these Twitch live streams. We'd love to get your feedback on our forums. If you go to rumblegames.com/KingsRoad, there'll be a forums link at the top. Go ahead and start a thread asking what you'd like to see on these Twitch broadcasts in the future. How'd you like to see them improved? We'd love to hear it. We want to start doing more of these. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to Luke for driving, and thank you to Jason for explaining how the enchanting process works. Look forward to seeing that later today on Kings Road. All right, bye, guys.